guys, what's up? Welcome back to our channel. But before we start, I want you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. NFL players that completely broke the rules. Despite NFL players being under a constant spotlight, many took it upon themselves to break the rules for reasons that you won't believe. While the NFL is scrutinizing every part more and more, there are still several things happening that just slip through the cracks. NFL players are known worldwide, yet they manage to break the rules in a few places. Here are NFL players that completely broke the rules. Number 9. Clinton Portis. The NFL has a strict policy when it comes to following the dress code. Unfortunately, this player failed to understand this. Clinton wore Red Sox instead of white, breaking the rules of the NFL, and he had to pay a heavy cost. He didn't do this for just 1 week, but kept doing it for 2 weeks. As a result, he was charged with a fine. Clinton Portis, along with his teammate Taylor, were in deep water in 2004 for violating the uniform rules. Both stars broke the dress code, which the NFL team did not understand. The NFL management did not hesitate to slap a $20,000 fine on the stars. They changed their socks from white to red and violated the dress code, but not for a week, but for 2 weeks straight. This was too much for the NFL team to bear. The NFL punished the two players the next season for wearing black shoes with striped socks. The stars seemed to have no intention of adhering to the obscene dress code. Number 8. OBJ watch. This was not the only time Odell broke the rules. Shortly after being traded from the Giants to the Cleveland Browns, Odell started his career first game as a Brown in early September. And although the Browns lost, the big takeaway from the game was Odell. He seemed to walk in and warm us wearing a watch nobody knew what kind of watch it was. But they also did not think he would wear it during the game, which he did, becoming the first NFL player to wear a watch during a game. The watch that he wore was $350,000. Richard Mille, which remains the most expensive piece of equipment ever worn in a game. The bright orange watch was the RM1103 automatic winding flyback chronograph McLaren, first introduced in 2018 and created in the limited edition of just 500 pieces. According to the NFL, he violated the rule about wearing hard accessories during a game. Number 7. OBJ single-handed catch. In one of the games, Odell reached backhand and he was able to bring the ball with only 2 of his fingers. That was nearly impossible. At first, a lot of people praised Odell for his catching ability, but haters decided to give sticky gloves all the credit. According to the MIT Sports Lab, the sticky polymer used on the new generation of gloves was said to be developed first by a Canadian wide receiver and chemist in a Pakistan laboratory in 1999 that is about 20% stickier than a human hand. Douglas spoke about the catch and the sticky gloves in general when he said the gloves helped him with one-handed catches, as you will rarely see guys making one-handed catches without gloves on. 6. Antonio Brown. Brown was told by the NFL that his helmet, which he has worn since his rookie season, is no longer approved for use. This means he'll have to turn to a new accepted model for the coming season, which he didn't want to do. Brown is so passionate about wearing his desired uniform that he lodged a lawsuit against the NFL and claimed he will be willing to retire from football until he is permitted to continue playing with the apparel he wants. The player was soon charged for breaking the rule. Number 5. Bill Belichick. Plenty of scandals have surfaced around this guy. In September 2007, New England Patriots head coach Bill Belichick was accused by New York Jets of authorizing his staff to film Jets defensive singles from the on-field location. This was the violation of a National Football League's rules, and NFL security confiscated the video camera used by the video assistant Matt Strella to film the signals during the game. Jesselyn coach Eric Mangini has reported the fact that the Patriots were taping from silence to the NFL security. Mangini later said there was no significant advantage, but there was no intention to get the league involved. Number 4. Tom Brady. The impact of the New England Patriots' use of underinflated footballs last season was ambiguous, and the investigation's conclusions were fiercely disputed. The penalties sent out to the Patriots and their quarterback Tom Brady by the National Football League on Monday, however, were extreme. The NFL suspended Brady for the first 4 games of the 2017 season without pay, fined the Patriots a record $1 million, and stripped them of their 2016 first-round draft pick and 2017 fourth-round draft pick. The NFL said Brady was suspended for actions that jeopardized the league's reputation, and the Patriots were fined for breaching the rules and refusing to cooperate with the investigations. The penalty is the highest ever levied on an NFL team. Number 3. Brandon Jacobs. Brandon Jacobs has a reputation in the NFL for having a short temper. He did something very disgusting and unbearable during one of the games against the Colts in 2010. Jacob became angered and threw his helmet away during an early season game. Despite his efforts to strike the bench, the helmet landed in the stands. Fortunately, the crowd remained unconcerned. Unfortunately, the NFL team did not respond significantly. This act was totally against the rules. They levied a fine on him. The star's irritation cost him $10,000. Number 2. LA Chargers. With the Chargers staying out of controversy for most of the time as an organization, back in 2012 is a different story. On October 15, 2012, the Chargers faced the Broncos in the Week 15 matchup and everything seemed normal. Until after the game, NFL officials were notified that the Chargers weren't surrendering the towels to the officials, which they and every other team were directed to do. After finally getting the towels and doing further investigations, the NFL realized there was some animal substance sticking onto the towels. Number 1. Troy Polamalu. Troy broke the NFL rule for calling his wife during a game. In one of the games, Troy got injured and behaved as any decent husband would. He took the doctor's phone and called his wife to inform her he was fine after being hurt during a play. The NFL, on the other hand, was charged with breaking the rules, as they have a strict policy of not using a phone during a game. He was therefore fined for breaking the rule. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.